welcome to my channel. If you're not new, welcome back. So today I have this first fall look of the year. Loved how everything came out. It actually looks so much better than I had planned out, and I used some glitters I got in PR. So if you guys want to see how I got this look, just keep watching. Okay guys, so to start I'm going to use my LA Colors Browie Wowie pencil, and this is only $1 and I'm in the shade dark brown. So I'm just going to spoolie my brow hairs upwards, and then I'm just going to start in the bottom of my brow, and then I'll work my way into creating the arch, and then I'll go into the front. I do this with light pressure first, and then I'll gradually start to put a little bit more pressure to get a little bit more pigment, because I'm just sketching out the brow, and the beginning of this process is not always the most pretty. Like, my brows are really messy. Some girls can do this with like the first try and they don't even need to clean their brows with concealer, but I'm very messy doing this. So I'm going to just make sure I fill in all the sparse areas in my brows first, make sure that there's no gaps, and then I'll just clean it up with concealer. Taking my e.l.f. HD concealer in Fair, I'm just going to clean up the bottom of my brows first. And I like this concealer, I've said it 1,000 times, because it gives me such precision, and it's really easy to manipulate. So yeah, I'll just clean the bottom and then I'll clean the top of my brows last. So all I'm doing here is just going over the gaps if I see any sparse areas before I blend out that concealer. And then I blend the concealer out with my finger. Now I usually like to do this with a Q-tip because it's more precise, but I was so lazy I didn't want to go to the bathroom. So my ring finger worked fine. Taking the same e.l.f. HD concealer in Fair that I used to clean up my brows, I'm just going to use that to prime my eyelids and get them ready for some eyeshadow. So I take my Shade and Light palette from Kat Von D, and this is a really old palette. I don't know why I used it, but so I take that dark brown shade and I apply it in my crease, and I was getting so frustrated here because it was looking so patchy. I don't know if it's because I've had this eyeshadow palette for such a long time. So I just left that eye alone and I moved to the other eye until I figured out what I was gonna do with that eye. So yeah, I just blended in that eyeshadow in windshield wiping motions and circular motions. So one of the reasons why I felt like the other eye blended better, and when I did the same technique on the other side it blended fine as well, is because these brushes are super soft brushes. So applying a little bit of pressure made a big difference in blending my eyeshadow. Taking a lighter shade of brown, I'm just going to apply over top of that dark brown just to give it like a softer transition and to make it look a little bit less heavy, because I was seeing that it was like gravitating towards a really dark brown, and that's not what I wanted. I wanted a light brown look. So I'm just doing this to lighten up the look a bit, and yeah. So I felt like I wanted to warm up the look a bit, so I used these two warm kind of terracotta colors, and this will just help make the look a little bit more, like I said, warmer, because I felt like I stuck to too many cool tone shades and it was just looking like really dark. So maybe that was why it looked so dark. So I used the warm shades to lighten up the look even more, and I applied that over top. So taking some glitters from Jamie's Boutique that I got in PR, I'm going to use the shade Bronze. And like always, I really don't know where my looks go. I just do it and I go with the flow. But I didn't like how Bronze was looking with this eyeshadow that I had already placed on my eyes. So I decided that I wanted something more glittery, so I took the glitter Chestnut. And I feel like with these loose glitters, they look so much better when you have something to adhere it to, like lash glue, which is something I use at your own risk. But they have glitter adhesives that you guys can buy as well. So I saw that when I applied it without any glue or without any glitter adhesive, it kind of just applied sparsely, and I wanted that kind of clean glitter effect. So what I did was take some eyelash glue, and I decided to do like a half cut crease with this. So I applied it onto my eyelids. People say don't do this, I don't know, others say it's safe. I've done it. I'm not really sensitive on my skin as to like mask and stuff that I put on my eyes. But I just take the glitter and I just press it onto the glue once it's tacky. So I loved it instantly. It was exactly what I was hoping for. So I do the same thing on the other eye, and what I'm doing with the first eye is just perfecting my cut crease. So I'm going over it with the glue and pressing it because I want to make sure that my cut crease looks really snatched and really cut. So I'm just making sure that I get that perfect cut crease, and then I move on to the other eye to do the same thing. So since I saw that I did the other side higher than the other, all I did was make it the same height. So then I did that, and then I pressed the glitter back on, and then I checked if it looked even enough, and it did, and it looked way more like a cut crease than it did the first time. So what I did here was just check if they were even, and they looked pretty even to me. So I moved on and I applied the darkest shade of the palette to the outer corner because, like I said, I was planning on doing a half cut crease, but I didn't like how that was looking either because I applied it with glue and the glitters really didn't blend into the eyeshadow how I wanted to. So you're gonna see later on that I decide to do a full cut crease. Even though it didn't look that bad now that I'm looking at it, but I decided to do a full winged cut crease, and I don't regret a thing because it looked so good. And it reminds me of the look Lady Gaga had for her launch party, for the house makeup launch party, and I thought it was really cool. So once that one eye was done, I was definitely feeling it, and I loved how it was coming out. And I love these glitters. Guys, you guys have to pick up some glitters. They're so good and so iridescent and so finely molded. The quality of these glitters are amazing. And you can use my code. So taking a wipe, I'm just gonna clean up my eye look a bit and remove all of the excess glitter on my face. So the eye look is still not done. I still have to curl and apply some mascara to my lashes, and that's just basically what I do. I'm gonna take my eyelash curler and curl my lashes and apply my mascara, and then I'm just going to apply some falsies to the look. So after that's done, I'm gonna take some lashes I found at a store here called Mad Rag, and they're from a brand called Without Contrast, and these are in the pair natural. So once they're on, I curl them and apply some mascara. And guys, these lashes were only $2.99. I wish I would have got the volume pair, which would have looked good for this, but if you're going for a natural eye look, then these are the lashes for you. Moving on to our face, we're gonna take our Wet n Wild matte primer, and I'm just applying this all over my face to prepare it for some foundation and all the good jazz that I'm gonna apply. So I've been sleeping on this product for a long time, and it's the Mary Kay foundations. And I'm in the shade beige 5. This foundation matches me perfectly, and it's such a good quality foundation. I don't know why I've never tried it. I think it was just that I thought it was a scam, but my mom sells these and she gave me this one, and I'm actually surprised that I liked it so much. It's my go-to foundation at the moment. So yeah, I'll definitely put her information. If you're in the Philly area, she sells Mary Kay products, and she'll do a layaway for you, or I don't know what. So just hit her up, and you know, you can snatch yourself some foundations, because this foundation is so good. So now it's time to cream contour, and I'm taking my LA Colors contour stick in medium, and I'm just going to contour my cheekbones, apply some to my forehead, snatch my nose, and I put some underneath my lip, over top of my lip, just to give it a more powderier effect. And yeah, after that we just take our beauty blender and we blend. So a tip I like to do when blending the forehead is blending it up to your hairline, and when you blend your cheekbone contour, you blend it up towards your eyes, and this will just give it a cleaner look instead of having your contour underneath where you want it to go. So once that's nice and blended, I'm going to take my Jeffree Star Concealer in C6. And the star top of my concealer broke, so I'm so upset. And with this concealer, I'm just going to highlight the high points of my face, just to bring back some of that lightness that we lose when we apply cream contour, I feel. And yeah, I apply a tiny bit in the between my nose, and I'll just blend it out with a beauty blender, guys. And take your time blending out your concealer. I've made the mistake of leaving it halfway blended before, and it's not a cute look. So now it's time to bake and set the face, and to bake I'm using the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder in Sugar Cookie, and I'm lightly baking underneath my eye. I don't bake as heavy as before. And then I'll take a face brush and I'm just going to set my whole face, even the contour, and it doesn't take away the color because it's translucent. So yeah. Also guys, I do dust off the bake underneath my eyes. I don't bake too long anymore because I feel like it leaves me a white cast if I bake for too long with this powder. But I love the finish of the powder and I can't stop using it. Taking my LA Colors contour powder, and this is only $1 as well. And I'm just going to contour and bring more warmth and dimension into my face, and apply this to my cheekbones, anywhere I cream contoured basically. So with that same baking powder, I'm just going to bake underneath my contour, and this is just going to help give it a cleaner effect. And I'm just going to leave that baking while I apply my blush. So for blush, I'm going to take my Tarte Intrigue blush, and this is really pigmented, and I'll apply it to over top of my contour. I don't really smile while doing this, and on top of my nose, because it doesn't give me the right placement. And then I'll just dust off my bake because it's baked for a good amount of time to leave it nice and clean. And I'm gonna take my Morphe X Jeffree Star Starberry setting spray, which I love. This keeps my makeup on all day and it smells amazing. Then I'll take my LA Colors Strobing Concealer in Champagne, and I'm just going to highlight my cheekbones, and I'll highlight my brow bone. Also, I'm gonna highlight the tip of my nose and in between my eyebrows and my Cupid's bow, my chin, just anywhere I usually apply highlight. And I also apply this highlight to my inner corners as well. So if you want a more wet look or more intense look, you could take the Jeffree Star Supreme Frost in Diamond Wet. I haven't really used this yet, but this highlight is so amazing. This has like little glitter specks, and it also gives you just a really wet look, and I love and live for that as well. If you're a girl that likes a more simple highlight, then just stop at the first highlight. But if you're like me and you're extra, then go ahead, girl, take that Jeffree Star. And I'm going to take that brown shade from that palette again, and with a smaller brush I'm going to apply it to my lower lash line just to smoke it out a bit. And then taking that terracotta shade on a more fluffy brush, I'm just going to blend it out underneath my lower lash line and underneath that brown as well. Then I'll finish everything with a coat of mascara of my lower lash. And I'm going to take that contour stick by LA Colors, and I'm going to use it as my lip color. And you could do this if you want. This is my personal like stick. I have a bunch of these sticks. Ones that I use on clients, one that is for me. This is what I do to get that perfect brown nude. Say hi. Say hi. Say what's up. Say peace.
Peace.
Say bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Bye, guys.
Okay, guys, so this is the final and completed look. I hope you all like this look. This is my first fall look of the year, and let me just say, I love it. These glitters by Johnny Boutique, you definitely have to check them out. And don't forget, when you check them out, if you buy some, don't forget to use my code SOLIMAN10 for 10% off. And yeah, you guys, this is everything. I hope you all like this look. Try. Look, I enjoyed creating this look so much for you guys. I'm obsessed with the outcome. Like, I want to thank you guys for all the support you guys gave me in my last video. I'm overwhelmed by the amount of messages I have received from you guys. I'm just really blessed, and I thank you guys so much. You guys are amazing. You guys are the best followers, the best supporters. I'm so grateful for you guys. Also, don't forget to follow me on my social media platforms, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. So hit the notification bell down below to be notified every time I upload a brand new video. So yeah, this is everything. I hope you all liked it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you, and God bless you all.